Hi folks, I'm Greg Stevens. I want to talk to you about the year of 1985 and a promotion I dreamt up called RocknRollExpo. I'd bought a couple of music stores the previous year before and I was looking for a vehicle to promote them as well as give my advertising and marketing company something to do at the same time. Well, I came up with this brilliant idea that we'd sell sponsorship and pay for the concert, and then everything that came in off of the door would be pure profit. It was going to happen on Memorial Day weekend at the Kansas Coliseum in Wichita, Kansas, and I booked Climax, Chuck Berry, the Marshall Tucker Band, Sha-Na-Na, Greg Allman Band, Roy Orbison, as well as some other notable acts. Then we had battles of the bands to create a buzz for the show before we got there, and we're only going to charge $5 for a ticket. The national sponsors that I was trying to acquire were a little reluctant to put their cash into an unproven event. So I got down to the short rows where I had to dig up $50,000 to pay upfront fees to the musical acts that I wanted to acquire for that weekend. This was going to be a big deal. 3 days of rock and roll, so I had to go to a friend and I hit him up to borrow $100,000 to make the thing fly. So it started, and I barely had 1,000 tickets sold for day number one, and I was deeply disappointed. And so I went to the promoter of the venue the next morning and said I wanted to pull the plug on the whole thing. I'd deal with the lawsuits and everything else that followed, and the guy talked me into going ahead and keeping it going right to the end. Little did I know, the weekend of the show, there were expenses that I had no idea how they could escalate. A little thing like liability insurance, and when you're working with a national company like Sonic or Coca-Cola as sponsors, you better have liability insurance. And it was supposed to, I estimated it cost $1,000, it cost $9,000. Union hands for the staging for all 3 days was almost $10,000. I had to have t-shirt security for backstage as well as about 20 sheriff's officers as regular security. So you can see the bills were starting to get out of hand in a hurry. So I figure I lost $50,000 on this promotion that weekend. So wrapping it all up, folks, I got to tell you that the number one thing that I learned and that I want to share with you is that you can't borrow your way to success.